everyone! Welcome back to Genesis, the channel filled with Roblox game reviews from every era.
The first game that we have for today is Break-In. Are you looking for a classic, exciting survival story game on Roblox? Then Break-In might be the answer for it. The story began where we, the players, moves into a new house, and suddenly something goes wrong. In the process of the gameplay, we have to fight, supply, and most of all, survive. In the end, we'll have to fight the last boss, which is the one and only Scary Larry. It's very interactive, fun, and challenging, although it wasn't as scary as our other games, but it does have some mild adrenaline moments. There are 4 endings in total. Unfortunately, the ones that we got is the evil ending.
Next up, Scary Sushi. As a fan of Hell's Kitchen, this is worth looking up for. Basically, a cooking show-off but with sushi that seems ordinary until you realize something is clearly odd. You are sent into a cooking show-off with Sir Kimura as the chef, teaching you the basics to their special sushi. In order to cook sushi, you need to gather ingredients from its source, which Kimura had provided as a farm for rice, nori, fishes, and vegetables. But as you gather the ingredients, you may pass by an odd-looking black creature that's clearly playing tag with you. Don't let it startle you. You must focus as time runs out, or you fail making the sushi. At last, Sir Kimura opened the sushi specialty from the ink factory. Odd flying creatures swarming around the place, which requires you to hide and count your timing in order to be safe. Remember, you only have 3 lives. You then must acquire a sort of ink liquid, which you must pour into the sushi, giving it a once-in-a-lifetime delicacy. Congratulations, you finished Kimura's trial, in which means you'll actually see the hell in the kitchen. You must rush to the elevator near the factory that will lead you to a room where it'll show the process of the ink production. This game's got a lore where Kimura explained the ink we put in the sushi wasn't something you can find just by swimming in our ocean. Rather, the ink were produced by an otherworldly creature from the void. Kimura explained they created a portal that possibly would lead them into such dimension. And that's not the end, my dearest audience. This is the chapter 1 in the game. The story will continue. Do you wonder what the continuation might be about? Are you excited to wish part 2 like I am? Does this game evoke you many questions? Who knows? We will meet again once this game releases their next story. But now, we will have to move on. We have several more games we would like to introduce you from Genesis to my audience.
So the next game we have here is Scary Shawarma Kiosk, where we're hired as shawarma sellers in a small kiosk in the middle of the street. The goal of the game is to not sell any shawarmas to the anomalies. Inside the kiosk, there's a CCTV camera where we can check if it's an anomaly or not. Then we have the ingredients like the lavash, the beef, etc. During work hours, there will be many customers, including anomalies. It is important to check wisely, and if it's an anomaly, you must shut the window for it to go away. There's many types of anomalies, from the faceless guy to light Yagami. Around 2 AM there will be an inspector. When that happens, everyone inside must get out and wait until the inspection is over. Overall, the game is really fun to play, especially with friends. Try not to get executed.
Next is Field Trip Z, one of the most iconic Roblox story games of all. Okay, I was joking, but it's still iconic. So, the story begins with a couple of students, which is us, going to school to start our day. Until suddenly, you guessed it, until it went wrong. The national news started telling you that there were real zombies outside. Of course, this sends the students and the school staff into panic. As we emerge into a more deeper chaos and story behind it. And the path that we choose, we met Donut Dave. Dave might like donuts, guys. I don't know. We and Dave started to search around the area, finding a safe place to go. We found out that the situation weren't as easy as we thought. The endings that we got is the locked up ending, unfortunately, where we got the mastermind, aka Dr. Zero, for killing Donut Dave. But don't worry guys, that's not the only ending that they offer. There are total 16 endings in Field Trip Z, where you can see as long as you pick the right decisions. Overall, this game is fun, especially when you play it with your friends, has a good storyline, and slightly annoying. Darn it, zombies.
Night Cleaner was the first one we played. There, we as the player are cleaners hired to clean up an after-party mess in an apartment where a demonic ritual was performed, giving us a clue that the partygoers were either reckless teenagers or hammered adults. Either way, they're not the brightest bulbs in the shed. The cleanup went smoothly at first, but as we progressed, the demon's minion began haunting us, perhaps trying to persuade us to flee its master. This story has two endings, and the one we experienced is the second one, where we unknowingly released the demon by accident after discovering and cleaning the ritual room. The story ended with our characters being heavily implied to be killed. The second story we played is the ominous steamboat, where we play as a steamboat crew working under a captain who accidentally got all of us lost at sea. Things started out normally, just daily chores and orders from the captain, but on the later days he ordered us to go below deck, and that's where all the horror began. At first, it was simply an eerie feeling, like you're not alone, like someone unknown has joined you and your crew. Then occasionally, we'll see someone or something peeking through a hole in the wall. On some days, we'll be woken up in the middle of the night for no reason in particular and find the captain below deck for reasons he's not willing to share. The entity that's been peeking into the below deck must have tampered with our supply, because food began to run dry far faster than it should have. Morale dropped, and even the captain looks like he's running out of hope. On the final day, we woke up to find the captain missing, and to no one's surprise, we found him below the deck, just without his life. The entity that's been living on the walls has finally emerged, devouring the captain and planning to devour us too. At this point, we need to grab a key to drop the emergency boat and escape the steamboat while the grotesque shrimp-like entity chased us. If we escape, the ending card explained that we were eventually rescued, but no one believed that an entity, or a monster, devoured our captain and crew. So that's all the story we played in this game, and overall, it's a good game to play if you're a casual enjoyer of horror who loves first-person games. Though to get maximum scales, the game and I recommend playing with less than 2 people to not break the immersion.
And that's all for today. We have explored some of the horror games that will be fun for you and your friends to try. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you all next time. Send loves from the Genesis.